guys, it's me, Eddie, and I am back with another episode of Steins Gate, My Darling's Embrace. So, let me get this started. Ah, shit. Okay, hold on. We finished the Mocha route last time, didn't we? Do I already have 5 people? Holy shit, that's awesome. Anyways. No, I don't want to look at the Republic of Venice. Paris is ending. Heaven's Neustadt. This is the one, right? Yeah, okay, that is the right one. Actually, hold on, let me just check volume real fast, folks. Okay, everything's fine. Everything is set up. We just have to send the D-mail. I took out my phone to write a message and stopped as if I were struck by something. There's nothing to worry about. You put so much time and effort into making new gadgets. Right. We know all of this. Okay, yeah, we've seen this. I readied my phone and adjusted the message. Stop development number 12 at once. Okay, hold on. I just want to make sure I've got this right. Okay, so Heaven's Neustadt is Ferris's ending. Okay. Okay, folks, we are on Ferris's route, where we should be. Quick saved. I feel a bit dizzy as my vision distorts. I've lost all sense of reality. And then, once again, the world begins to take shape. I know this feeling. Reading Steiner, the D-mail worked. Cat Maiden's Domain. My movement is staggered. I place my hand against the wall to hold myself up. After recovering from the side effects of reading Steiner, I move on to checking the current situation. I immediately look down at my right arm. It's gone. What? I thought you said your arm was gone for a second. I was like, what? Future gadget number 12, the infernal machine that had been torturing Kurisunai up until now, has vanished without a trace. 3 people. Hello.
Yes.
Do we really have 3 people? Sorry, it's a bit harder to check. Oh, we have... Yeah, we got 2 people. That's pretty cool. Hello, everyone. How's it going? Mayuri pauses what appears to be her homework to look up at me.
No. Oh, yeah. ちょっといいアイデアを思いついてな。
またどうせろくでもないこと考えたんでしょ。
Carissa unleashes her snark on me as she grabs a drink from the fridge. I attempt to casually pry her for information.
なあ、助手よ。未来ガジェットの開発は今どこまで進んでいる？ 何号機まで完成した？
あんた頭大丈夫？さっき円卓会議とやらで自分で言ってたじゃない。
いいから答えろ。何号機だ
？11号機よ。
And that means... So after the Fun Wife name subject change, it looks like we went on to make number 9 Return to this Tear-Stained Goddess, number 10 Surprise Specs, and number 11 One Scoot Prevails. This is exactly the scenario I had hoped for. In this world line, I have rejected Ferris's idea for number 12. The D-mail seems to have worked just as planned. My body awash with relief, I sit down on the couch. Oh right, number 12 was Ferris's idea, wasn't it? Mayuri stretches out, off to my side. Mayuri, I feel that.
何？さっき始めたばっかりじゃない。
Oh, I really feel that now!
だってね、マユシーは最近ちょっとお疲れ気味なのです。
Oh, Mayuri, that is so relatable.
そんなに忙しいの？
メイクインのアルバイトが大変なんだ。
Oh, I'm so guilty of this. At Ferris's behest, Mayuri has apparently been working double shifts over at the cafe.
それはまたすごいな。
そういえばここんとこいつメイクインに行ってもマユシいるよね。
Dara takes a break from watching a Nico Nia video livestream to chime in.
マユリがいるとお客さんが増えるからじゃないの？ほら、マユリって可愛いし。
Aww.
そういうわけじゃないんだよ。
She doesn't elaborate. Curious. Mayuri's cell phone starts to ring. She grabs it from her bag and checks to see who the caller is before lifting it to her ear.
もしもし、フェリスちゃん？
Unsurprisingly, it's from Ferris.
今から？
Mayuri glances at the pocket watch she always carries with her. She frowns a bit before nodding to her phone and answering.
あんまり遅くまでは無理だけど大丈夫だよ。じゃあこれから行くね。
After hanging up, Mayuri begins to pack all her homework into her bag.
メイクインに行くのか？
今日バイトの予定だったミヤちゃんがね、
Oh.
辞めちゃったんだって。人手が足りなくて困ってるらしいんだ。
Oh.
なんですと？ミヤニャンが辞めた？
Ah. Dara suddenly leaps up out of his chair. I feel that, Dara. I feel that. Considering how often Dara's at Maid Queen Yan Squared, it's not terribly surprising that he's familiar with all the maids there.
残念だけどそうみたい。
Yeah, it is too bad.
今度オリジナルの PC を組んであげるよ。
Oh no!
ブロークンハートだ。
No! Oh!
ダルくん元気出して。
Oh!
ありがとうマユシ。
Oh!
ちなみに今のをもっと優しく言ってくれればさらに元気出るかも。
ダルくん元気出して。
Aww!
そうそう。それでね、元気の部分を取っちゃってください。
On and cheer up. Oh my god! Daru, you fucking... Oh my god. Daru! Dudesky!
ダルくん出して。
やめ
なんか超特変態か。
oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. You deserve that. Chris and I simultaneously smack the living hell out of our perverted companion.
何怒ってるの、オカリ？
Ugh, Mayuri, you must protect you.
お前は知らなくていい。ほら、さっさとメイクインに行ってこい。
Mayuri grabs her bag and hurries outside. With everything said and done, I take a moment to inspect the lab and the future gadgets. The results of my examination reveal that number 11 is where the production line ends, and that there aren't any huge differences between this world line and the last.
何事もあれ。これで一安心だな。
I let out a sigh of relief. But unbeknownst to me, a new, more powerful threat was looming in the shadows. You've got mail. Hello, after practicing a Samadari for so long, I started to feel like I started maybe put on some muscles. I went to lift the power stone at our shrine, but it's still way too heavy. I bet you have no picking up, Kyoma-san. Huh. Cool. I had a new idea for a gadget that could replace number 12, so I came here to get the necessary parts. Akiba's business is busier than usual for a Sunday, with crowds populating not just Chuodori, but the back alleys as well. I feel like I'm going to lose track of Mayuri the second I take my eyes off of her. The fact that she can use Stardust Handshake or Sneaking Fate to just up and vanish doesn't make things any easier for me. That's why I need to be extra careful. Unfortunately, my keeping my eyes locked on Mayuri means I'm barely paying attention to the crowds in front of me, and I end up bumping shoulders with someone.
Ah, すみません。
Oh, is it gonna be?
おにゃ。Kyoma!
Okay, never mind. I thought it was gonna be Shido for a second. 4 degrees Celsius.
並列ではないか。
エリスちゃん。てってる。
Do-do-do.
マユシも一緒かにゃ。お買い物かにゃ。
Paris glances down at my bag.
あのね、お風呂とメイドとパンダを作るんだよ。
お風呂とメイドとパンダではない。フルオートメイズパンナーだ。
It's a fully automated popcorn cooking device. Cooking popcorn at home is more trouble than it should be. You have to put the seeds into the frying pan, make sure they don't burn. It's all a hassle, and your arms get tired too. Anybody who's ever made the instant popcorn you can find in stores knows exactly what I'm talking about. Hence, the reborn number 12, the latest future gadget. All we have to do is exchange the head of the shoulder basket massager machine with the frying pan, and then attach a heater to the bottom. After that, just put the popcorn, butter, and salt into the machine and hold it. Ta-da! Popcorn! The wide world of kitchens will be revolutionized by this breathtaking advancement in culinary science. Ah, by the way, maize is another word for corn. I just thought it would sound cooler. Yes, I'm aware of this. As for panner, that's just a word I made up by adding some extra letters to pan. It works. Maize panner. Ferris intently listens as I explain the details of the project to her.
ところで、フェイリスはこれからどこに行くんだ？ラボか？
失われた13の記憶を探しに。
いや、それをやめておけフェイリスニャンニャン。それを知ったとき、お前はお前ではなくなるのだ。
Seriously. I just got a text message. Jack Colleen, you promised to chip in 25. Who the fuck is Jack Colleen? That knowledge will ruin you. Your very self will cease to exist.
そにゃー。じゃあフェイリスは今のまま可愛い子猫でいろというのかにゃ。
I really love the shooty BS between these two. It's like, just let Ferris play along. Come on.
それが神の値し運命ということであれば。
にゃ
Whenever Ferris and I talk, things always get weird. It's a hassle.
ということで、俺とマイリはこれからサンバで昼食を取ろうと思ってるんだが、一緒にどうだ？
ー。にゃー。 したいんだけど無理だにゃ。今からお店で仕事なんだにゃ。フェリスちゃん大丈夫？全然お休みしてないでしょ。それは平気。人気者だから仕方ないにゃ。
Ferris flashes her pearly white teeth at us in a big smile. But I can see the shadows beneath both of her eyes. Aw, she's done well to hide them with makeup, but I know those eyes. I've seen them when I look into the mirror after pulling on all-nighter. She's got dark circles under her eyes. Do I? Shit, I do as well. I should probably get some... Wait, what the hell, do I? No, that's just... No, I don't. It's just... No, I'm not in denial. Shut up.
おいフェイリスお前
I start to speak, but I find myself getting cut off by Ferris herself.
さーてと、そろそろ行くにゃ。
Meow then.
あ、そうだ。ねえマユシ、悪いんだけど今日も夕方からちょっとだけお願いできないかにゃ。3時間くらいでいいんだけど。
By the way, I just wanna move myself a little bit to the aside. What? Why did I do that? I'm just gonna modify something. Just give me a sec. Boom. 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 A little bit bigger. Boom. Okay. Oh, that's right. Hey, Mayushi, I'm sorry to ask this, but do you think you can swing by the cafe this evening, Nya? Just 3 hours or so.
いいよ。ありがとうにゃ。それじゃまた後でにゃ。
Ferris waves at us before turning to head towards May Queen. I speak to Mayuri, my eyes still locked on Ferris. Really interesting. Really? Yeah, I mean, hundreds, might even be thousands or millions. Depending on the type of rock, I guess. She must have... She has it pretty rough, huh?
マユシは心配なのです。
そもそもバイトのシフトなんて普通は店長あたりが調整するものだろ。そんなことまでやらされてるのかフェイリスは。
それはね。
Mayuri starts to say something but hesitates. I give her a curious look and she hurriedly continues.
フェリスちゃんはメイドさんたちのチーフをやってるんだよ。だからみんなのお姉さんなの。
ああ、そういうことか。
In other words, she's like a middle manager for all the maids. It seems that every industry has its tough management positions. Mayuri nods. I've always figured Ferris to be kind of childish with what her nyan-nyans and weird delusions. That said, she seems to have a lot on her plate at work. Impressive. Oh, come on, buddy, not like you're any different. I can't help but find myself seeing the cat-eared maid in a more positive light. But then... Ferris suddenly screams out. Surprised, I look up and find Ferris has been cornered by a handful of men in a back alley. Of course, you can't have a Ferris route without him showing up.
よう、ご機嫌はいかがかな？かわいいシャムネコちゃん。
I recognize the man in front. He's...
おいてめえ、まさか今からこの店に入るってんじゃねえだろうな。
It feels like so long ago now. I know it was like 2 routes ago.
い
More
い
than...
か、これは熱くほどばしる伊達丸の血を宿した俺からの忠告だ。
Why the hell do I keep leaning to the side?
この店に行くのはやめておくんだな。さもないとブリリアントな罠に籠絡されちまうぜ。
That's right, he's the weirdo who stopped me in front of May Queen and started going on about all sorts of nonsense.
マユリ、お前はここで待ってろ。
あ、待ってよ、マユシーも行くよ。
ダメだ。危ないからここにいろ。
I immediately rush over to Ferris.
おい、
なんだお前。
The men glare at me. Upon closer inspection, he doesn't seem to be a run-of-the-mill delinquent. Judging by his fashion sense, he strikes me as someone who'd be hanging around Shibuya, not Akiba. He's also wearing what appears to be high-spec sunglasses, a necklace, and also a wristwatch. The men around him are similarly decked out. These men are more dangerous than your everyday delinquents, but it can't just leave a friend in need.
フェイリス、何か用か。
お前みたいなノーバディには関係ねえ話さ。引っ込んでな。
Persona non grata, is that even English? Yeah. What?
お前みたいなノーバディには関係ねえ話さ。引っ込んでな。
Welcome to Makise Kurisu's Tips Corner. In this case, persona non grata means someone unwelcome or someone unneeded. The perfect way to describe you, Okabe. Ha ha ha. That's hilarious. Kurisu would later rub salt into the wound. Unsurprising, to say the least. That's funny.
関係ならある。フェイリスは俺の仲間だ。
Hold on, I'm gonna shrink myself again. Just give me a sec. Okay, that looks good. Anyways,
恥ずかしげもなくくだらねえことを。
the man looks around, his eye stopping at Mayuri behind me. He smirks and starts to laugh.
お前、フェイリスだけじゃなく、マユシーニャンニャンとも知り合いか。
何？
He knows Mayuri. Just who the hell is this guy? As I try to puzzle things out in my head, he starts to explain himself.
俺がなぜこの女どもを知っているかって？それはな、一度手に入れようと思った女の顔。
Yo!
絶対に忘れねえからさ。
Chatty man! Sketchy man! Man in black, sketchy man, chatty man.
なんだと？
Make them his? How could I stay calm after hearing something as demeaning as that?
なんだお前。さてはあの女の彼氏か。いきなり顔色が変わりやがったな。
Man who doesn't get it.
そうではない。あいつは我が野望にとって大切な人質なのだ。貴様になど渡せるか。
そんなに怒るなよ。なに、あの女を俺のこれにしようって話じゃねえ。
Jesus. Seemingly still misunderstanding the situation, the man crudely shoves out his pinky finger. Then, after dramatically posing in the most heavy-handed way humanly possible, he pulls out a business card. I take it from him and glance down. Amusement hospitality planner? Has anyone actually tried contacting this? That'd be funny. Hyper cafe producer. Entertainment food coordinator. He has a job now. His excessively gaudy business card is riddled with a confusing array of words and terms. And under them, in even gaudier font, is what appears to be his name. The 4 degrees Celsius Shido. Fuck you, I'm gonna call you 4 degrees Celsius. How the hell am I supposed to read this? Well, 4 can be read as she and do as degrees. He's a total chunibyo. Even the great Halloween Kyuma can do naught but recoil in embarrassment. Oh, you're one to talk!
俺はな、見ての通り、世界を股にかけるハイパープロデューサーであり、凄腕プランナーであり、そして、秋葉原メイドカフェ界に舞い降りた黒き貴公子なのさ。
There I stand there, dumbfounded by the nonsense this weirdo is spouting out. What the hell's he getting at? What's the point of all this? Amidst my bewilderment, Ferris angrily chimes in.
要するに、フェイリスとマユシーを自分がプロデュースしてるメイドカフェに引き抜こうとしてるんだにゃ。
ありていに言えばそういうことだ。あんたからも言ってやってくれ。この女どもに奇跡のフードプロデューサーの店で働くようにとな。
I don't know if I trust it.
何度も何度もしつこいにゃ。そんな話は聞けないと言ったはずにゃ。マユシーもお断りします。
Mayuri clearly states her intent.
そんなことを言っていいのかな。いくら意地を張ってたってお前たちの働く場所はもうじき俺の店しかなくなるんだ。
Upon hearing this, Ferris's expression turns sour.
一体どういうことだそれは。
どういうことも何も秋葉のメイドカフェは全て俺の店になるんだからな。
He's starting his own maid cafe. That's kind of hilarious. 4 degrees Celsius grins at my shocked response. He gives his subordinates what I can only assume is a signal to leave.
まあ、よく考えるんだな、フェイリスニャンニャ。今俺の店に来れば3倍のギャラを出してやるぜ。お前にはそれだけの価値があるからな。
That's... I can offer you 3 times what you're getting now. That's how valuable you are to me.
その代わり、俺に逆らったら二度とこの町では働けなくしてやる。
So, this guy is not aware of the fact that she basically owns the place, right? So, what the fuck is wrong with my avatar today? Oh no, that genuinely is just mispositioning. I should put it here. That looks better. You don't need to see the auto and skip button. Sorry about that, folks. Four degrees Celsius takes his bend and leaves. As Ferris glares at his back, I could just barely make out the tears forming in her eyes. Aww. Be careful of heat stroke, Kyoma-san. Aww. Lukaku's kind. As Ferris glares at his back, aww. There is.
おいこら、落ち着けフェイリス。そこに座れ。
After everything that has happened with Shido, I head over to May Queen Yon Square to Ferris, in the hopes of learning more about the situation. Ferris paces back and forth, clearly seething with rage. Even though it's lunchtime, the place is empty. That's why Ferris is showing off excited herself. She'd never show a customer, a regular customer. You're a customer too, technically.
はい、フェリスちゃん。お茶が入ったにゃ。
Mayushi Nyanyan, the girl formerly known as Mayuri, places multiple apple teas onto the table. Bear sits across from me and takes a sip.
ありがとうにゃ。マヨシーのアップルティーはやっぱり気持ちが落ち着くにゃ。そう言ってもらえると嬉しいにゃ。
でフェリス、あいつはずっとお前たちにつきまとってるのか？
うん。
Wait a second, I'm just having a realization. Never mind, forget it.
秋葉にあいつの店しかなくなるとおかしなことを言っていたな。
Is Shido rich as well? He might be.
フェリス、
He seems like the sort of like irresponsible son of some like millionaire. You know, some like and just raised like this spoiled jackass.
ごめんにゃ。今日も心配かけて。でも安心してにゃ。残念だけどマヨシーにはこのお店を辞めてもらうことにしたから。
Wait, what?
どういうことだ？
そうすればマヨシーがあんなやつに絡まれることもないにゃ。
Aww.
でも
お前はどうするんだフェイリス？
心配しなくていいにゃ。自分でなんとかできるから。これは京馬やマヨシーとは関係のないお話なんだにゃ。フェイリスの問題だから。
何を言っている？お前はラボメンじゃないのか？俺たちの仲間じゃないのか？
Hell yeah!
仲間の危機を見過ごせるほどこの法王院京馬は大
Yeah! Yes, baby!
でも
Yeah, baby, let's go! Ferris looks lost and confused for some reason. She turns her gaze to Mayuri.
オカリンに相談してみようよ、フェリスちゃん。ね。
Mayuri gently urges her.
俺に何ができるかはわからんが、まずは話を聞かせてみろ。
Ferris takes another sip of the apple tea Mayuri made, then starts summarizing the situation. Things are even crazier than I had imagined. The third Akihabara Maid Cafe War. I have no idea whether there was a first or second, but the way Ferris described this great war made it sound incredibly dire. Akihabara being the place it is, competition between maid cafes has always been fierce. It's not terribly rare for Cafe A to become Cafe B a month later. Things change quickly. No wonder the maid cafe I went to at the start of 2025 was gone by the time I came back to it in late 2025. Interesting. But recently, something strange has started happening in the maid cafe circuit. It all started when Shido appeared. 4 degrees Celsius. Apparently, 4 degrees Celsius originally designed normal cafes and food courts. He even made use of his strong social skills to talk his way into major investment funds, which helped him to sneak up into the maid cafe industry with a whole lot of cash to back him up. Shido's joints were all hugely successful. Of course they were. The establishment produced by Forsey had bags of money backing them up. The money was used to scout pop talent from other cafes and even bring in gravure idols. Hey, yo! Of course, if that was the extent of it, that'd just be business. Some of the services he offered were borderline sex industry levels of skeevy. He put that competition out of business by starting price wars that they could never hope to win. Yeah, I have a feeling this guy is like the son of some like Yakuza boss or something at this point. Much of the competition would then fall into financial holes, at which point 4 degrees Celsius would swoop in with the buyout. As a result, most of the maid cafes in Akiba are now backed by 4 degrees Celsius to some degree or another. The only exceptions are May Queen, Neon Squared, and a handful of old, well-established shops. This whole thing is unbelievable.
ごいことになってるな。
Okay, so he's a corrupt capitalist. Got it.
うん。それでね、メイクインもメイドさんがみんな辞めていっちゃうの。マキちゃんもミヤちゃんも姫ちゃんもシドさんにものすごく脅かされて。
そうか。
That would explain why Ferris and Mayuri had been working overtime. Oh. The thought of Shido's cowardly tactics began to get my blood boiling. I don't know whether I want to read it Shido as his actual name or 4 degrees Celsius. I kind of flip-flop between the two.
通りの向こう側を見てみるにゃ。
Prompted by Ferris, I look outside the window and spot a flashy sign on the building across from us. The picture on it is an illustration by a famous artist. Even I know who they are. The maid cafe goes by the name of Pudding Princess Mode. It takes up the 2nd and 3rd floors of the building. Visible from here are the throngs of customers.
あれもシドの店か。
I basically groan out my words and Ferris nods, clearly frustrated.
メイドさんを引き抜かれるってことはね、今日お客さんを一緒に連れて行かれちゃうことなんだにゃ。
Ferris, aren't you still super popular though?
そうか。だから日曜のこんな時間だというのに。
Up until just a moment ago, I was puzzling over why the cafe was empty. It all makes sense now. This should be one of the busiest times of the day, but we're the only ones here. Actually, there were a lot of empty seats the last time I dropped in, too. The Meiklinyan Square that I know and love would never be that empty.
でも、シドの店は絶対にメイドカフェなんかじゃないにゃ。シドはメイドさんにも秋葉の文化にも全く興味がなくて、ただお金が儲かればそれでよくって。
Damn.
メイドさんたちに露出の高い服を着せて、本当は嫌がってるのに、お金で釣ったり脅したりしてエッチなポーズをさせたり。
And that's kind of fucked.
フェイリスは思うにゃ。メイドさんが楽しくしてなかったら、お客さんだって心の底から楽しめるわけがないんだって。メイドさんが心の底から笑ってるから、お客さんも一緒に笑えるんだって。
Ferris's eyes begin to tear up as a mix of anger and sadness washes over her.
こんなことで大事なメイクインが潰されちゃうなんて悔しい。秋葉の文化をあんなやつにめちゃくちゃにされて悔しい。
This is it's the real dystopia, folks. Holy shit.
フェイリス。
フェリスちゃん。
Who needs CERN? We have Shido. Budget CERN. We have CERN at home. CERN at home. No, I don't know much about maid cafes. I only really come to May Queen because Ferris and Mayuri here. I've never given other places much thought. Regardless, Shido's tactics are unforgivable. I want something to help Ferris and Mayuri.
よし。現状は把握した。
I loudly declare my intentions.
これより我が未来ガジェット研究所は全力を持ってメイクインニャンニャンのバックアップに入ろう。
Aww.
作戦名はオペレーションフレイヤとする。異論は認めない。
Freya! That's the name of a Friday, isn't it? She's a twin brother. Who was that? I'm familiar with Greek mythology, not so much with Norse one. Like, I know some basics. Thor, Odin... Shit, who else is there? Loki. But those are Marvel, so of course I know those. Freya. Shit, I know more. I'm forgetting them off the top of my head, though.
待ってほしいにゃ。いくらなんでもラボのみんなにまで迷惑はかけられないにゃ。
I'm sure Dara would want to help, at least. Ferris looks puzzled.
だから気にするなと言っているだろう。この作戦に反対する奴などいない。
リスちゃん。でも
水臭いのだぜ。僕らはいつでも君の味方さ。
Oh! Upon hearing a voice from seemingly out of nowhere, I turn around and look towards the entrance, only to find the silhouette of a large man, posing confidently with his hand to his forehead. Of course, because of how overweight he is, the pose isn't even remotely cool looking. The bag with the Arrowgate character on it doesn't help this case either.
話は聞かせてもらったお。もちろん僕も協力するからね。
ありがとう、みんな。
The cat girl bows her head to us, finally accepting our offers to help.
よし、そうと決まればラボ面を緊急招集せねばなるまい。だがその前に一つやっておきたいことがある。メイクインのオーナーと話がしたい。俺たちだけで勝手なことはできないからな。
Let me guess, you are the main queen owner. Ferris and Mayerly reluctantly glance at each other.
どうした？
ね。
Ferris licks her lips several times in hesitation. She gathers herself, looks over at me. Her voice is low.
これは極秘中の極秘なんだけど、この店、メイクインニャンニャンのオーナーはフェイリスなのにゃ。
I had a feeling. Darl flips over his chair, making a huge sound that echoes throughout the room. What? Why did it get cut off? Yeah, what? It looks like that's a weird sound file. We can't contain our excitement as we look up at the super high-class, high-rise apartment building next to UPX.
すごいわね。このマンションの一番上が本当にフェイリスさんの家なんですか？
もしかしてものすごい資産家？
Basically.
前よりもここに来るのは初めてなのか？
フェリスちゃんがお店のオーナーさんなのは知ってたけど、それ以外は謎なんだよ。
そうか。
Not only does she operate a med cafe, but she also lives in a place like this? Who exactly are you, Ferris Nyan Nyan? Anyway, I'm sure you're probably wondering why all of us lab members are standing here staring awestruck at an apartment building. Since the place was lacking for customers anyway, Ferris decided to close up shop at May Queen Nyan Squared and hold a roundtable conference at her place. But yeah, that's surprising. Like, isn't Ferris like one of the most popular girls? Like, I'm sure she'd still have lots of, you know. Her reasoning, since everyone is going out of their way to help, I'd like to treat you all to a good meal, Nyan. But we never imagined we'd end up here. I feel terribly out of place given the way I'm dressed. Is it really okay for people like Daro and I to be here? The thought crosses my mind, but I quickly move on. There's no point standing here dumbfounded. I press the intercom button. I reflexively tense up. The speaker on the other end of the intercom sounds like quite the dandy gentleman. After stating my name and business, the auto lock on the door opens, allowing us access into the elevator hall. The hall floor is covered in soft carpeting, and the entire area has been polished to an incredible shine, not even a speck of dust in sight. This seems more like a high-class hotel than an apartment building. Undoubtedly, we all feel incredibly out of place, but nonetheless pile into the elevator.
いらっしゃいませ。
はい。
As we enter Ferris' home, we're greeted by an older gentleman in an extremely classy suit.
どうもこんにちは。
邪魔します。
The gentleman leads us into the living room, and we nervously take our seats on the couch. How many square meters wide is this living room? It's huge, and the ceiling is so high up, too. And man, that view of Akihabara through the huge windows up front is amazing.
まるで人がゴミのようだ。これは法王院京馬の居城にふさわしいな。
Jesus.
今お嬢様を呼んでまいります。しばらくお待ちください。
はい、よろしくお願いします。
The contrast. I reply with a polite nod, and the elderly gentleman leaves the living room with a gentle smile. Damn it! I was ready to go all into a dramatic monologue, and now it's all ruined.
今のってもしかしてバトラーかしら。
Yep, pretty much.
バトラー？誰かと戦うの？強いの？
A butler, not a battler.
そっちのバトラーじゃないぞ、まゆり。
個人的にはメイドさんの方が良かったわ。
Daru!
メイドカフェで散々見てるでしょ。
Exactly.
メイドカフェのメイドさんとリアルメイドさんは別だよ。そんなこともわからないのマキセ氏。
Yeah, a real maid isn't exactly as exciting as the fake ones. That's what I say.
わかるか。
As the two quietly argue, the door opens and a familiar cat girl enters.
みんないらっしゃいだにゃ。
Bear's just wearing her casual clothes, but for some reason she's still got her cat ears on.
ああ、大勢で押しかけてすまないな。
フェイリスがご招待したんだからにゃ。
Bear stands in front of us and deeply bows her head.
みんなどうもありがとう。
あ、いいのよフェイリスさん。事情は岡部から聞いたわ。私今回みたいなことってすっごく許せないから。
Exactly!
僕もです。やり方がずるいっていうか。
フェアじゃないね。
Yeah!
金に物を言わせて人気メイドさんを囲い込むってどんだけルール違反だよって感じ。
それは絶対にやっちゃいけないことだと思うにゃ。
Considering the apartment she lives in, and the fact that she is a butler, I imagine Ferris has a small fortune. Which means that she could utilize the same tactics as Shido if she wanted to. She could easily attract customers back to Maid Queen Nyan squared. But Ferris is resolute.
それをやってしまったらこの町はいつかめちゃくちゃになってしまうにゃ。お金さえあればみんなの楽しみも夢も優しさも情熱も全てを踏みにじれてしまうような嫌な町に。
Aww.
フェイリスはそんな秋葉は絶対に見たくないにゃ。
Ferris for president, please. We all feel the same way.
修正
Oh. Oh.
してもいい。
Mocha asks Ferris, it seems the current maid cafe issue is something of a popular topic at the editorial company where Mocha works. If all goes well, the story could end up getting featured in a magazine, or at least that's what Mocha believes.
ふむ、マスコミを味方につけられればオペレーションフレイヤの遂行に弾みがつくな。
Yeah.
いくらでも協力するにゃ。どんなことでも聞いてほしいにゃ。ただ一つだけお願いがあるのにゃ。フェイリスがオーナーだってことは秘密にしてほしいにゃ。フェイリスはあくまでも一人のメイドさんとしてお客さんたちと接したいのにゃ。だから。
Wait. If they found out that you're the owner, could they? Does that mean that they could like track you down essentially?
秘密にする。
Because that could be a problem. But I don't see what's the issue if they just find out, oh, Ferris Nyan is the owner.
シドにも気づかれていないんだよな、フェイリス。
うん、今のところ大丈夫だと思うにゃ。
I suppose if he knew who she was, he wouldn't have been trying to scout her.
よし、それじゃあ指圧師はその線で進めてくれ。
分かった。
問題はどうやって客を呼び戻すかだが。
It still leaves a problem of how to draw customers back.
あのさ、月並みなアイデアだけどいい？
Carissa raises her hand.
なんだ？言ってみろ。アイデアに月並みも何もない。
やっぱり1にも2にもまず宣伝だと思うのよね。例えばお店のプロモーションビデオを作ってネット配信したらどうかしら。
Sounds good.
ふむ、PV か。なるほどな。
I mean, it seems like pretty basic to me. She's right.
ミュウツベとかニコニアに
YouTube.
ウプするって手もあるし、ありじゃね？
Oh wait, is that what they call YouTube? I feel like it is. I feel like this is YouTube.
ただ、俺たちは PV など作ったことないぞ。プロに頼むか？
それはしたくないにゃ。できればみんなで楽しく作った方がお店の雰囲気が伝わると思うにゃ。
そうね。今回の場合親近感を持ってもらうのが大事だと思う。
じゃあ、俺たちで撮ってみるか。
Lukako timidly raises his hand in response.
もしよかったら僕のお父さんが結構いいビデオカメラを持っているので借りてきましょうか。
So here's a question. How does Ferris not developing the gadget make cause Cheeto to form a monopoly exactly?
本当か？我が弟子よ。
はい、僕が生まれてから入学式とか卒業式とか何かあるたびに張り切って新しいのに買い替えてくるんですよ。
Hell yeah! Huh, that sounds like exactly like the sort of thing Lukaku's doting father would do.
では、カメラはルカ子の家から拝借するとしよう。あとは PV の内容だが。
それならフェイリスやってみたいことがあるにゃ。
ほう？どんな？
Because no, essentially what I want to say is the fact that we didn't develop number 12 but did develop 9 through 11 has somehow caused Shido to buy up, like, form a monopoly. I'm just curious as to how that happened. Because it didn't happen in Moko's route. It didn't happen in Kurisa's route. I doubt it's gonna happen in the other routes too, you know.
まだ思いついたばっかりでまとまってないにゃ。次の会議までに考えてくるからそれでいいかにゃ。
そうね。メイクインのことはフェリスさんが一番よく知ってるわけだし任せていいんじゃないかしら。
よし、PV の内容はフェイリスに一任しよう。
頑張るにゃ。
では次のアイデアを。前より聞かせてみろ。
実はね、ずっと前から考えてたんだ。動物さんカフェをやるのはどうかなって。
Oh, like a mixed cafe.
動物さんカフェ？
Oh, no, there's an idea.
メイクインの中に動物さんを放し飼いにするの。
So it's a maid and animal cafe. There's an idea.
ああ、猫カフェとかそういうやつね。
そう、それのもっとすごいやつを作るんだよ。猫ちゃんとかワンちゃんだけじゃなくてコアラさんとかペンギンさんとか。
Where did we get those though?
ちょっと待て。猫や犬ならともかくコアラやペンギンは厳しいだろう。
Yeah, where are you gonna find them? You can ask them from your local zoo? Actually, where do animal cafes get their animals? Do they actually just ask a zoo? I mean, that's not such a bad idea.
客さんは来ると思うな。
客より先にワシントン条約か何かで警察が来そうだが。
Huh. Huh. Okay. Actually didn't know that. If by customers you mean cops coming to enforce the Washington Convention, then sure.
ちなみにペンギンというのは一部でウホの象徴になってるらしいよ。
Of course you know that, Daru. But I can't say anything because I also know about that.
そんな豆知識はいらん。
猫や犬にしても普段はどこで飼うんだ？世話をするのは大変だぞ。
そっか。あ、だったらね、動物さんの着ぐるみはどう？
着ぐるみ？
マイルシーが作るよ、ペンギンさん。はにゃー、それは可愛いかもしれないにゃ
んで、誰がその着ぐるみに入るんだ？
Everyone points directly at me. Wait, what? Why me?
却下だ。
Wait, what? Wait, wait, what? What?
次、何かアイデアがあるものを。
Well, I mean, it's not a bad idea though. I mean, I'm just asking where that came out of. As they look around, Suzuha quickly raises her hand.
あのさ、サバイバルカフェはどうかな？
というと、もしかしてサバゲーとメイドカフェのコラボか？
Survival airsoft. I've always wanted to do airsoft. Oh, it seems so much fun.
無法メイドさんが銃持ってるとかありがちだけどいいんじゃね？
Oh my god, buddy.
絶対領域に川の食い込みホルスターは神すぐる。
どうだフェイリス？
スペース的にサバゲーは無理だけどにゃ。でも店内の雰囲気をそれっぽくしてエアガンを用意するだけなら可能にゃ。あ、エアガン？なんで？
なんでって、お前が言ってるのはサバイバルゲームカフェだろ？
違う違う、サバイバル料理が出てくるカフェだよ。
What do you mean? What?
サバイバル料理って一体どういう？
ね、公園の草を煮たり線路脇の草を焼いたり。
却下だ却下！
結構いけるよ。今度ごちそうしよっか。
力いっぱい遠慮させてもらおう。
美味しいのにな。
What kind of life do you live, part-time warrior? Oh, they don't know.
他に何かないか？
Suzuha is 9 years old today. What the fuck?
ほい、そろそろ真打ちが発言するのだぜ。
却下する。
What? Wait, what?
いくらなんでもひどくね？
We hear him out first.
だってさ、橋田のアイデアってなんかエロそうなんだもん。
フェイリスやマユリにおかしなことはさせられんぞ。
I have a feeling just because of this, it actually is something not perverted.
エロくねえよ、させねえよ。人を何だと思ってるんだお？
エロいだろ、させるだろ、変態だろ。
Whoa.
すいません。
Under Kurisu's sharp glare, Daro's big body curls up into a tiny ball.
まあまあ二人とも橋田至の意見も聞いてみようよ。
Yeah, exactly.
そうだよ。
Yeah, hear him out at least.
天音氏、まゆし。
橋田至だってさ、たまにはいいこと言うかもしれないし。
Even someone like Ashida Itaru. Damn.
そうだよ。
ぐはー、死ぬる。
今のは割と致命傷だな。
悪気がないって時に残酷よね。
Yeah. Oh, they don't get it.
僕だっていつもエロいことばかり考えてるわけじゃないのに。涙で前が見えないよ。
I feel you though, Daro. I feel you though.
ほらダル、我が優秀なる右腕よ、発言を許可するぞ。
At my invitation, Daro begins muttering as he slowly stands back up.
みんな、日地産業って知ってる？
I think I can infer what those words mean, but a gap industry. The niche market is defined as an industry that aims to cater to enthusiasts rather than the general public. While in terms of sheer numbers, it doesn't even come close to the mainstream market. The monopoly on the niche market has on a specific type of product almost guarantees profits. There's also no fear of getting caught up in price wars. Yeah, I was right. I was right. My inference was correct. So that's what you call it.
ああ、隙間産業のことね。
隙間産業？
窓の隙間を直すお仕事かな。
My Yuri.
それは建具屋だな。
Joiner.
じゃあ歯の隙間を直す？
That's a dentist.
それは歯医者だ。
要するに一般的じゃないマニアックなジャンルを狙った産業ってことよ。
Like a very specific niche.
例えばさ、ツンデレ妹萌え全盛期の今、あえてアメコミ調の筋肉マッチョなお姉さんしか登場しないアニメを作るとか。
Oh, that is true. 2010 was like the tsundere little that was that era. So like a muscle girl cafe. Yeah, that's a niche. That's a niche. That's like specific. It might not appeal to everyone, but it'll appeal to a certain group of people, and you are guaranteed to make profits there.
そんな売れないものを作って大丈夫なの？
いや、逆に考えてみるのだバイト戦士よ。誰もやっていないジャンルなら客を独占できる。商売敵がいないのだから価格競争に巻き込まれることもない。
おう、なるほど。そうだね。
Yeah, and there's still some people, as long as there's still some people that exist at all.
ふむ、そういう路線を狙ったらどうかということだな。さすが我が右腕。
Yeah, just
いい
because of,
着眼点だ。
yeah, just because of how quickly Okabe and Kurisu shut it down, I had a feeling that Daro was actually gonna have the best idea of it all.
却下しようとしたくせに。
He didn't even listen to it at first.
でもニッチって案外難しいのにゃ。あんまりマニアックすぎてもお客さんは来てくれないし。
Exactly.
もちろんそれも検討済みだお。ニッチとメジャーのちょうど中間あたりで僕らに今すぐできそうなことって言うと、ズバリ男の子しかないっしょ。
You know, actually, that is a good point. A butler cafe. I know they're a thing now. But... Luca. Everyone looks at Luca. Almost as though he senses the incoming danger, Lukaku hugs himself tightly.
なるほど、その手があったか。
Yeah!
うん、悪くないかも。
アンダーグラウンド誌で結構人気。
This is why Love in Deep Space, the gacha game Love in Deep Space is so popular, by the way, because almost all the gacha games out in the market today are aimed mostly at guys. And yes, they like do market to girls a little bit, but like it's like at most like 70% guy, 30% girl, right? And then here comes along a game that is a gacha game that's aimed entirely at women, right? Or at least girls that, you know, like that are like into guys, right? That's what they hit that niche, and they hit it well. That's why it's doing so damn well.
メイド服は大きめサイズをマユシにちょっと直してもらえばいけそうだにゃ。はいはい、やります。
Yeah. Make the chest flatter, but a little wider. And the shoulders.
皆さん何か変なこと考えてますよね。
Lukaku seems desperate, tears forming in his eyes.
変なことではないぞ。我がパダワンよ。
Padawan. Spark Wars. Padawan.
兄弟で卑劣な帝国に打ち勝つため、
Oh my god.
今こそお前のフォースが必要なのだ。
Oh my god.
僕のフォースって何ですか？
フォースか。それはな。
こんな可愛い子が女の子のはずがない。
Oh my god.
やっぱり
Wait, okay, okay. Poor Luca, oh no.
気に入らなければ俺の男友達がこんなに可愛いわけがないでもいいよ。
どっちも嫌です。
Oh, poor Luca. Lukaku suddenly jumps from the sofa, shaking his head while backing away. I stand up as well, walking slowly towards him.
ルカ子よ。お前の気持ちは痛いほどわかる。だが、頼む。大切な友のため、一肌脱いで、そして一肌着てもらえないだろうか。
誰がうまいこと言え。
でも僕そんなメイド服なんて。
臆するなルカ子。戸惑いを捨て、新たなるステージに立つがいい。時代はお前を求めているのだ。輝けるニューカマーよ。
今のはオカマさんとカマーをかけたのかにゃ。
だから誰がうまいこと言えと。
そんなこと言われても無理なものは無理です。
ならばこうしよう。そこにいるクリスティーナも着る。
Oh my god.
はあ？
お前とクリスティーナ、メイド服を着て並んだらお前の方が圧倒的に美少女だ。俺が保証しよう。だから
Wow.
安心するがいい。
Wow, Okabe. Wow. Okay, that's going a little too far.
あんた何言ってくれちゃってんの？
図星を疲れて怒るのは後にしてくれ。今はルカ子を説得しているのだ。
あっちこっちにムカつきすぎてどこに切れていいんだかわからん。
よく考えろ上州よ。これは今回のオペレーション
I
に
knew
必
it.
要なことなのだ。
Everyone's gonna be in a maid outfit at the end of this. I know that. I know that, Okabe. You're being in one too.
だったらあんたが来なさい。男の子でしょ？一緒にやってあげなさいよ。
Yeah.
何をバカな。
Oh my god. Both of you. Just yeah, no, I can see it. Let's cut the mean and just have everyone wear one.
わかりました。
Lukaku mumbles out his decision while wiping away his tears.
京馬さんと一緒なら
Oh, snap.
頑張れます。
Oh my god.
おいこら。
Now it's my turn to slowly back away.
XXL サイズのメイド服を特注しなきゃダメだにゃ。名前はオカリンニャンニャンニャンだな。
ちょっと待て。
うはん、超日産業来たー。
誰お前面白がるな。俺がそんなことしても気持ち悪いだけだろ。
確かにこれ以上ないってくらい気持ち悪い。
Damn.
だったら反対しろ。
まあ綺麗どころはルカ氏がいるからいいんじゃね。色物ってことで一肌塗りなよ。
Put everyone in a maid uniform.
色物だったら貴様がやれ。
いいよ。
あっさり OK しやがった。
むふふふ、こんなこともあろうかと。いつでもダルシーニャンニャンになる準備はできているのさ。
Who's Darcy? Dot dot dot.
なんだお。
変態だと思っていたがそういう趣味もあったのか。
ドン引きするわね。
Poor Daru.
くは冷ややかな視線が気持ちいい。あ、じゃなくて僕はメイクインのことを本気で心配してるんだお。
ダルニャン、ありがとうにゃ。
フェイリスタン。
でもダルニャンにそこまで恥ずかしい思いをさせることはできないにゃ。あ、そうだ、マヨシーのアイディアと組み合わせてダルニャン用の着ぐるみを作ってもらうのはどうかにゃ。その方が絶対に似合うと思うんだにゃ。
Smooth. Ferris gently rejects the existence of Darcy Nyan Nyan.
うん、フェイリスタンがそういうのなら。
Ferris, smooth. Smooth. Don't sound so disappointed, my right hand man.
それじゃあマヨシーお願いするにゃ。かわいいの作るよ。あとね、せっかくだからすずにゃんとモエにゃんも一緒にメイドさんをやってみないかにゃ。私やめちゃった子たちの代わりにメイドさんを雇わなきゃいけないのにゃ。だったらフェイリスはラボのみんなと一緒に働きたいにゃ。
ラボのみんなの中にはやっぱり私も入ってるの？
If you want.
俺は冗談だよ
当然入ってるにゃ。
Everyone's included.
な。マジか。
もちろんちゃんとアルバイト料はお支払いするにゃ。
Well, you got money.
どうかにゃ。飲食店の接客は経験ないけどやってみようかな。
取材の合間なら
決まりだにゃ。
Awesome. Ferris gives us a huge smile.
それじゃあ予定が空いてる人は明日から早速メイクインに来てほしいのにゃ。駅前でチラシ配りをするから手伝ってにゃ。
Duo.
The roundtable conference would continue on for a while longer, with ideas being bounced around for 2 hours. Watching my friends exchange ideas to help Ferris, my mind begins to drift. I start thinking about how wonderful it is that all us lab members have come together to help Ferris's time of need. I also come to the conclusion that I have to prevent Okari Nyan from ever being born into this world, no matter the cost. Come on, buddy, you absolute chicken! Ugh!
岡部、自分だけ逃げんなよ。
Yeah, exactly. Creasy's glare burns a hole straight through my soul. Yeah, I mean, we could go with butlers instead of maids. You know, it's for you specifically. We can concede that much, can't we? I don't think I would be able to live myself. I was forced to wear a maid outfit myself. I'm gonna be real with y'all here. A butler, I could do that. The next day, a historic heat wave tears its way across Tokyo. The asphalt, having absorbed the scorching heat of our sun all morning, roasts the bottoms of our feet. The external air conditioner vents on every building are all open, blowing even more hot air through the streets. This is an urban heat island, if I've ever seen one. One day, I, the great Hoin Kyoma, will invent a future gadget to fix this problem. Huh. Huh. Otherwise, I don't think I could survive this kind of heat year after year. Lost in thought, I find myself standing in front of Akihabara Station. My goal? To hand out flyers for Maid Queen Nyan Squared. These groans have been going on for a while now. They're coming from right behind me, from behind a pillar in the station.
いやー、嫌よ雨って。どいつもこいつもこっちみんな。
おいこらマキセ・クリス、そんなところに隠れてないでさっさと出てこい。マキセ・クリス。
やめ。
You're actually calling her by her real name.
ほらマキセ・クリス、早くチラシを配れ。
円髄ぶった切るぞこら。なんで本名連呼なんだ。
Hey, we got it.
やっと出てきたか。
うわ
Krisu flees back into the shadow of the pillar.
おいおい、いくらなんでも恥ずかしがりすぎだろ。
だってこんな場所でこんな格好。やっぱ
フェイリスとマユリを見ろ。堂々としたものだ。
メイクインニャンニャンですにゃ。よろしくお願いしますにゃ。皆さんで遊びに来てくださいにゃ。
What are you in, Okabe?
あれは慣れてるからよ。初心者に駅前で露出プレイはハードル高すぎでしょ。
露出プレイってちゃんとメイド服を着てるだろうが。
Exactly.
当たり前でしょ。裏切り者。
裏切り者とはなんだ。
だってあんた普通のスーツじゃないの。どういうこと？
What's a butler uniform? Indeed, as Krisu has pointed out, I'm wearing a black suit. Oh no, that's terrible. You're caught. It's a heat wave, and you're in a black suit. That's gotta be hell. It goes without saying, but it's not mine. A mad scientist like me would never own such a suit, so I borrowed this from Ferris's butler. Man, really? Go buy a suit, broski.
仕方ないだろう。ルカ子と違って俺が着られるようなバカでかい衣装はオーダーメイドで1ヶ月以上かかるというのだから。
And believe me, I'm incredibly grateful that that's the case. After talking to Ferris about it, we settled on the role of Dark Butler. I'm not particularly sure what part of this is supposed to be dark, but Ferris seems excited about the potential to bring in female customers. Okarin Nyanyan has been contained, at least for the time being. I feel bad for Lukaku, but I refuse to let the beach be unleashed.
いいか、我が助手よ。初めてのことで気遅れする気持ちはわかる。
Lukaku?
あれを見るがいい。
Lukaku, it's Lukaku, isn't it?
やっほー皆さん、こんにちはーす。
Well, I understand that Suzuha would actually be pretty chill with this, surprisingly.
メイクインニャンニャンです。いかがっすか？すずにゃんすずにゃん、こんちはーす。いかがっすかじゃなくって、こんにちにゃんにゃん、いかがですかにゃかな。
Although I actually kind of want to say this up in front, I feel like maybe you don't need the cat. Like, see, I'm doing like my own marketing in my head right now. It's like, what if you went for like a more, you know what? Never mind.
おっと、いけない。みにゃさん、こんにちにゃんにゃん。よろしくお願いしますにゃん。
ほらどうだ。バイト選手はノリノリではないか。
Part-time warrior.
だってあまねさんは似合ってるし、すごく可愛いし。
You are too.
自信を持て、クリスティーナ。お前だってなかなかのものだぞ。
Kurisu peers around from the pillar with a surprised expression on her face. The cat ears on her head are slanted forward a little. Are those things sentient?
お世辞なんて言わなくていいから。
お世辞ではない。結構いいと思うがな。俺は。
You're turning red, aren't you, buddy? I'm ashamed to admit this, but when we all got together at Mei Queen Yan Square this morning to coordinate costumes, I could feel myself going moe for Kurisu. You fucking tsundere.
何を企んでるのよ。
企んどらんわ。
あんたが変に優しい時は そうも油断ならない。
Kurisu mutters to herself, her face turning all red. Are we sure this is Are we sure this isn't the Are we sure this isn't just another Kurisu route?
ねえクリスちゃん、これからマユシーチームは中央通りの方に行くんだけど、一緒にどうかにゃ。
Mayuri spots Kurisu peeking out from behind the pillar and walks over to her.
ああ、
行ってこいクリスティーナ。今のお前の姿恥じることなど何もないぞ。
クリスちゃんすっごく素敵だよ。マユシーはちょっとドキドキなのですにゃ。
Mayuri clings tightly to Kurisu and pulls her out from behind the pillar.
あれれ、猫耳が曲がっちゃってるよ。
本当？
マユシーが直してあげるにゃん。
自分でやるからいいわよ。
Kurisu hurries to adjust the cat ears atop her head.
今度は逆に曲がっちゃったよ。マユシーがやってあげるからじっとしててにゃん。
The shoppers near the ticket gate stop to watch Kurisu and Mayuri, entranced by their natural chemistry. I get it. They look more like two sisters, not related by blood playing around more than anything else.
はい、できた。
Aw, it's adorable.
ありがとう。
Aw.
それじゃあ行くにゃん。
あ、暑いから水分はちゃんと取れよ。
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't read all this
それじゃあ
or
行くにゃん。
listen to it.
オカリンはフェリスちゃんのお手伝いをしてあげて。
I read it. I don't know if you guys did. And I want to let you guys hear the full voice file.
クリスティーナもな。
分かってるわよ。
そこは違うだろう。わかりました。素敵なご主人様。とか言え。
殴るぞ。
Hey, it's Tsundere made. And so Mayuri, Kurisu, and Suzuha all headed towards Chiodori to pass out flyers, leaving only Ferris and I behind. In case you were wondering, Mocha's work and Lukaku has to help out at the shrine today, so they couldn't be here to help out. Daro's busy creating a new homepage for May Queen Nyan Nyan. He's also been assigned to a top secret mission, so he's not here either.
っているじゃないか貴様。
マキセ氏とマユシで絶賛妄想中。話しかけんな。
Yeah, you know what?
この変態め。
ありゃりゃ、ダルニャンだにゃん。
こんにちはフェイリスタン。なんかさ、手伝えなくてごめんね。
ダルニャンがメイクイーンのために一生懸命やってくれてることはフェイリスが一番よく知ってるにゃ。
フェイリスタン、僕一生ついていくからね。
Aww. I grabbed Dar from behind by the nape of his neck.
ちょっと耳を貸せ。
あなんだよもう。
守備はどうなっているのだ。
What's the plan?
ホームページ。
それなら声を潜める必要などない。もう一つの方だ。
What is the other plan?
そんなにせかすなって。いくら天才の僕でも昨日の今日じゃハッキングは無理だろ上皇。
Oh lordy, what now?
なるべく急いでくれ。闇プログラマーよ。
闇プログラマーってのはやめろ。スーパーハッカーよりダメすぐる。
As the two of us whisper to one another, Ferris draws her face in close and cuts off our conversation.
にゃにゃ、二人とも気をつけて。見張られてるにゃ。
Uh-oh.
何？
We're being watched. Without raising my head up, I glance around the area. For Shido's goons, eh? Check near the crowded ticket gates, station interior, and road in front of the station, but spot nobody immediately suspicious. Still, our enemy's a real scumbag. Who knows what dirty tactics he might use to keep track of us. That makes me worried about Mayuri and Kurisu now.
蘇りし転生たるこのフェイリスと勇ましき戦士たちを貧乏の闇から無名の獣たちがじっと見張っているのにゃ。
そっちの話かよ。
I nearly fall over all the while glaring at Ferris. She shoots me back a big smile. Dara eventually returns to the lab to continue with his mission, leaving Ferris and I to resume passing out flyers. Ferris is as experienced as it gets when it comes to this sort of thing, and I worked plenty of tissue passing jobs in the past. Oh man, so things go by surprisingly quickly.
暑いな。
さすがのフェイリスもちょっと参りそうだにゃ。
With their job finished in a brisk 2 hours, the two of us head to Chirodori to give Mayuri's team some help. Typo.
はい、今日なスポーツドリンクだにゃ。
なあ。
I down the beverage. Ferris opens her own drink, and I can hear her gulp down almost half the bottle. I feel the lost moisture from my body being replenished, but the sweating starts up again, and just like that, it's all gone.
いくらフェイリスの能力で霊気の衣をまとってみてもベンヌの嫉妬には勝てないにゃ。
ベンヌ。
フェイリスは7回前の前世でベンヌという霊長に見初められたことがあるんだにゃ。でもその時すでにフェイリスには勇者シュノークスという言い名付けがいたのにゃ。ベンヌは大いに怒りシュノークスを殺そうとしたんだけどな。間一髪フェイリスたちはこちらの世界に脱出することができたんだにゃ。けど嫉妬深い霊長はフェイリスとシュノークスのことが許せず2人でいるところを見つけると怒りに任せて焼き尽くそうとしてくるのにゃ。もう分かったと思うけど今日のは実はシュノークスの転生した姿なんだにゃ。
いや待てフェイリスニャンニャン。俺は前世も来世も法王隠居魔だ。それ以外の存在ではありえない。
それはリリスに植え付けられた偽りの記憶にゃ。
なんだと。
Ah, crap. If we start going on like this, we're never going to stop. It's way too hot to be doing this right now. Before things go any further, Ferris suddenly stops.
にゃにゃにゃ、サークにゃ。
Ferris starts waving her hand at someone walking from the opposite direction on Shuodori. Young man with a paper bag. Ferris is waving her hand at a tall yet underweight, somewhat nervous-looking young man. He's wearing jeans and a t-shirt, holding what appears to be a bag with designer lettering on it. He's also wearing a surprisingly stylish pair of glasses. On his t-shirt is a character that used to be popular for some anime or game. I can't remember which. If I recall, I think her name is Sakura. That's maybe why Ferris named out Sakunyan.
サークにゃ。久しぶりだにゃ。
Ferris happily runs up to the young man.
久しぶりだね。
Do we not? He's not an important character. He doesn't have a sprite.
最近忙しいのかにゃ。あんまり顔を見ないから心配してたんだにゃ。
ちょっと仕事がね。
The young man seems to be somewhat flustered. Whenever Ferris smiles, he hurriedly shifts his gaze, not to mention he's hesitant to answer her questions. I also noticed that he keeps trying to hide his bag from her. Of course, Ferris has also noticed this, and makes moves to finish their conversation.
それじゃあサクにゃ、フェイリスはもう行くにゃ。
そう？
足型が忙しくっても体は壊さないようにしてにゃ。
Aww.
ありがとう。それじゃあね。
Young man with paper bag.
バイバイにゃ
The young man hurries off towards Akihabara Station. As he passes by me, I finally catch what it says on his bag. Pudding Princess Mode.
そういうことか。
That's the name of the cafe in the building across from May Queen Yan Squared, the one that Fido runs. After seeing the young man off, Ferris returns to my side, pretending like nothing happened.
待たせてごめんにゃ。メイクインがオープンした頃から常連さんだった人なのにゃ。
Oh, that's kind of sad. He was a regular customer, huh? The Ferris I know treats everyone she meets like a close friend of hers. That includes when she isn't working at May Queen Yan Squared, and even when she isn't. That includes when she's working at... Okay. For example, she was just asking that young man about how work was going, even if he was taking care of himself or not. She doesn't look at her relationships as maid and customer. To her, it's something much deeper and more personal than that. She enjoys her work. So, I know these kind of things hit her hard. This isn't just about losing a customer. And if May Queen has lost this many customers, I can't even imagine how Ferris must be feeling right now. Have I underestimated how hard this has been on her? As we walk together, I peek at the side of her face, her expression unchanged. Ferris is standing up straight, confidently holding her head up high and smiling, all while waving at people who walk by. But I just can't help but feel like she's forcing herself to be this way. My heart aches at the thought.
にゃ。どうかしたかにゃ。
あ、いや。
Ferris didn't even ask that man to come back to May Queen. She realized that by doing so, she'd just make it awkward for him. Yeah, exactly. Considering how kind Ferris is, that's something she could never do. Even though I'm sure she must have wanted to with every fiber of her being. Well, I struggled with figuring this cat girl out, but these were her raw emotions: her kindness, her frustration, her despair. For just a short moment, I feel as though I've finally seen the real her.
なあ、フェイリス。お前、何かしてほしいことないか？
はにゃにゃ。
Ferris's eyes open widely. Then, just as she's about to speak, she turns red.
今日待ってばダメだにゃ。今のフェイリスはみんなのフェイリスなんだにゃ。告白なら誰もいない夕暮れの空中都市でお願いにゃ。
誰もそんなことするとは言っとらん。
にゃ。今してほしいことって言ったにゃ。
お前は俺に告白してほしいのか？
してほしいにゃ。
Wait, is she serious? Ferris looks at me right in the eyes, almost as if she's searching for something. Her light pink lips slowly open, and her little tongue licks them a little. Then, in a sweet, gentle, and sweet voice,
ねえ。して。告白。
Daro's gonna be pissed. Wait. This is a joke, right? This is a joke. Well, this has to be a joke.
あ、
なんて。もう今日だったら照れちゃってウブだにゃ。
Yeah, I had a feeling. Oh, Ferris is awesome. Ferris sticks out her tongue at me and laughs. Without thinking, I start pulling on Ferris's cat ears.
猫の分際で封印キュマを愚弄するかこの。
フェイリスの大事な耳が取れちゃうにゃ。
Ferris holds down her cat ears, real tears starting to form in her eyes. They might actually be attached to her hair. That might actually hurt. Like, I'm not sure how, like, that might be like whooping into her hair or something. I don't know. I don't get it. Ears are fake, right? I take a closer look and notice their head held to her head via clips in her hair. I knew it!
ああ悪い
I hurriedly let go.
にゃー、ひどいにゃー。
痛かったか本当にすまん
痛いとこなでなでしてにゃ
なでなでだとこんな天下の往来で
だって今日もしてほしいことないかって言ったに
I'm getting mixed messages.
ゃ。どうぞにゃ。
Ferris tilts her head towards me.
うわ分かったほら
What? With no choice, I gently rub her head.
にゃー、気持ちいいにゃ
Oh my god! Ferris murmurs and narrows her eyes. She really seems like a cat right now. Then, in between her faint sighs, I hear her whispering. Whispering so quietly I can barely make out her words.
ごめんね、心配かけて。
なんだ
Jesus. When I ask her to repeat herself, she immediately switches back into her cat girl persona and smiles mischievously at me. So I haven't gotten that far, but I feel like it's a good place to leave it off, isn't it? The Ferris route. Cool. I should probably save. Don't forget to save. Okay. So, I hope you all enjoyed that. Let me see. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed that, folks. That was fun. Alright. I feel like we're almost halfway through the game. Not quite. Almost. Okay. I hope you all enjoyed that, folks. If you did, please leave a like, a subscribe, and a comment down below if you haven't done so already, and make sure to smash that bell. I guess that's it for today. Sky's up, and you guys are awesome. I will see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye!